Setting the stage for success. There are certain aspects of success that require chance. For instance, you can be a great baseball player and never be picked up by the majors. However, in many cases, you can be responsible for setting the stage that can lead to a higher chance of success. No matter what you are trying to become successful with, these tips can help. Start by getting the word out about who you are and what you are trying to accomplish. This can be as simple as going out to a coffee shop or some other public place and talk to people. Become interested in them and find out what they are about. Get their stories and see if there is anything you can do to help them out in some way. Always increase your exposure by using the internet. Everyone should set up a blog. They are cheap and even free, and are quite easy to implement with tools such as WordPress. The key when implementing your blog is to create high-quality content and do it frequently. There is no guarantee that you will get traffic that way, but you are practically guaranteed not to if you don't. Write about topics as they relate to what you want to become successful with. Use social media to get the word out. In fact, whenever you post something on your blog, post that fact on your social media channels. Stay away from messages like "buy my stuff," and instead, post useful tips or resources. You can use whichever social media channels to get people to link back to your blog, but trying to sell directly from social media is no longer effective. It's called social for a reason. Create a newsletter that is related to your topic or field. Even if you were trying to become a professional baseball player, why not come up with a newsletter about how to play the game better? This is a great way to build up a fan base. It's much easier to approach agents from a position of power and increased fan base than if you were trying to start with nothing. The rock band Fish did this. They had over 100,000 fans before they approached record companies. The record companies were fighting for the contract. The strongest method of success is when others do the work for you. If you can get others to promote what you are about, the chances of you succeeding are going to be great. Success tips for the self-employed. Working for yourself means you are the boss. That can be very liberating, but also carries with it a tremendous amount of responsibility. Are you doing the right things to be successful with your business? The following tips can help you put the right kind of focus on your business. Unless it has something to do with your business, don't watch television while working. An example of a business that may rely on television would be a financial trader. Another example could be a journalist. Most other professions, however, do not require television as a part of the job. It's okay to catch a favorite show now and again, but be careful. It's easy to get hooked on the next show that comes after it, and then another one after that. Set down ground rules for family and even neighbors. If you have neighbors that work at home themselves, it may become too tempting to drop by or for them to drop by to your house. What you hoped would be a 15-minute gathering turns out to be a couple of hours. It's also difficult to get back into the swing of work after that happens. It's very easy for a spouse to ask you to do tasks outside of your work tasks. While it's okay to do that once in a while, try to keep that to a minimum. It's also quite tempting to play with your kids or the family pets. Just remember that during whatever agreed upon working hours, you are to get work done. It's a good idea also to come up with a plan for your business. Determine what factors will make you a success and include those in your plan. After you have created your plan, you can set up tasks and actions to accomplish the plan. It's okay to adjust your goals and even your plan, especially if you find they are not working out the way you had hoped. See if you can find colleagues that work in similar situations as you. It can get lonely working for yourself at home. By getting together with others and keeping the focus mostly on business, you can exchange ideas and possibly even expand your network. Consider joining your local chamber of commerce or other organizations that can help promote who you are and what kind of business you are doing. These groups will also serve as social gatherings, so you can escape that lonely feeling. Success with balancing work and home life. More and more companies realize that employees who keep a healthy balance between work and home tend to be happier employees, all things being equal. They are trying to implement procedures that allow that to happen. But not every employee takes advantage of this. Out of fear, they may be put on the chop list when cutbacks happen. It's similar to companies that offer unlimited vacation days. Have you ever seen an employee that took serious advantage of that? Would you fear losing your job if you did it? Even though companies offer these generous benefits, jobs are not easy to come by anymore. Employees are reluctant to take advantage of the programs. On policies regarding work and home life balance, companies probably do want that to happen. If an employee becomes burnt out by not being able to spend time at home, he or she is not going to be as productive. What's worse, he or she may eventually end up leaving the company. If your firm has implemented some policy or program, you should consider taking advantage of it. Of course, you'll want to speak directly with your manager. If the company is serious about making it happen, your manager should already be aware of it and begin helping you and your colleagues towards making it a reality. As long as managers have the support of the company, there should be little to no backlash. There is something that employees can do to make the transition easier. First, they can try to complete assignments faster than normal. If your boss discovers you are getting your work done faster, he will have less of an issue with you leaving on time or even a little early on some days. In a team environment, members should come up with ways to help each other out so that everyone on the team gets more work done. This will make the group look good, and it won't leave anyone behind. This, too, will help the manager be more willing to implement policy changes. Team members should also back each other up if someone is falling behind or has to take extra personal time. When management sees that teams are cohesive, they will be willing to be flexible. Another way to balance work and home life is to get some of your work done at home, if possible. If you need to be home early for your kid's sporting event, you may be able to leave work early with the agreement that you will make up the hours at home. Let's play Keep, Sell, or Toss. There was a television show on several years called Clean Sweep, where the host of the show would go into people's homes to help them organize it. The basic premise of the show was to convince the homeowners to either keep, sell, or toss their belongings. The host would set up 3 different areas and would encourage the homeowners to place individual belongings in one of the 3 areas. Those 3 areas were labeled Keep, Sell, and Toss. In most cases, the Keep pile remained large, and the host had to step in and discuss why the homeowners felt an attachment to each of those items. At the end of the process, the homeowners can part with more of the items, which were then placed in either the Sell or Toss piles. If you are looking to become more organized, why not play the same game as the show? Take a day or a weekend and create the same 3 piles. Ask a neighbor or a friend to step into the role of the host and moderate when you find it difficult to part with your items. Your host can ask you the tough questions about why you are hanging on to them. When the process is complete, you will not only make some extra cash from the sell pile, you will have the first step needed to becoming more organized. You can choose to do this 1 room at a time or multiple rooms. It's probably easier to keep it simple with just 1 room. This can be a test run, and when it works out, move on to other rooms. After doing this for several rooms, you may find you have a nice chunk of change from the sell pile. There were several episodes of Clean Sweep where the homeowners came away with several thousands of dollars. This is quite feasible, depending on the number of items you have accumulated while living in your home. The good news is, you don't even have to hold a yard sale to sell the items from the sell pile. You can sell them online, either via eBay or Etsy, or you can sell them on consignment, either online or at a pawn shop. Another choice is to advertise that you have many items for sale and let someone make you an offer for the entire lot. This can be done on Craigslist.org and other online classified websites. Unclutter your space, unclutter your mind. It is widely believed that if your surroundings are cluttered, you will not be as productive. It has an impact on your psyche, which means if you unclutter your space, you will also unclutter your mind. When you open your mind, your thoughts and ideas will flow more smoothly. This is one of the major ways keeping your environment clutter-free will lead you to be more productive. It's not easy for some people to unclutter their lives. If you have ever seen the television show Hoarders, it shows how some people have psychological blocks about throwing things away or getting rid of them. It gets so bad they can't even live in their homes due to all the clutter. This makes it impossible for them to clean, which means they are living in dirt as well. People should make the effort. In the case of hoarders, they may need to seek some therapy to help them through it. For most people, this is extreme and unnecessary. Whatever it takes to keep your environment clutter-free, it will be worth it. When was the last time you were looking for a physical document, either on your desk or in a filing cabinet? If you weren't able to easily find it, this is also a form of clutter. When you don't create a system that helps you quickly retrieve items, you are going to spend unnecessary time looking for them. If you have difficulty coming up with a system, there are plenty of books and seminars that can help. It's not just physical documents that get cluttered. Your digital documents may not have any rhyme or reason as to where they are stored. This can be just as distracting as looking for physical documents. Because people tend to deal more with digital documents, this is likely to cause more stress because your most important documents will be in this format. There is an abundance of apps or software that can help you keep your digital filing in order. Evernote is one example of a great program for organizing electronic documents, and it has a free version. You will reduce your stress levels when you create an uncluttered environment. You will be able to find things faster, which gives you the time to work on important items. Even if not for work, you will have more time to spend with your friends and family.